I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even if I can.
Ready, go?
Can hardly make out a blooming thing.
Run like the wind.
Certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, I'd see much as the place.
Help me, boy.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to...
Ah, what brings you to Eastpool? A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped. They know little of freedom, of providing for them. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved, not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves. Bearers. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides...
The horde is closing it. They're coming, Sir Wade. All of them.
Damn it all. I thought we'd have... Gather the men in the square. Send to...
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may...
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live...
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians, what help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Pfft. Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rosfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes.
We can't let these people fall.
And we won't. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment.
No, let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Next one's mine. I might not know one.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Faster!
There it is.
With me, Joshua. It's over.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Ross,
It's dead.
thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
They'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what, after all, this is my home now too. And
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting out. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course. And I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got stick.
Indeed we have.
I ain't paid you for delivering them.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember clearing the goblins from the Stillwind Marsh? Since that day, there have been more than a few times when the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor. I thought about every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
Well,
The here? It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet and a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first, loath as I am to recall that.
I take it you didn't always...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him. And do you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time? He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that.
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decents. It's almost enough to give you a little bit. Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty...
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Come on.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Caution, brother. Quiet.
Let's go. Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till I dawn. There's only one thing for it. Nice try. Nice try. Thanks, boy. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote. Yote.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, that'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. Oh, now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. And in return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part.
But that reminds me. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in...
About how she somehow woke?
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. The Fenrir of legend served, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at port, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance. One can but speculate as to how all of this...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she...
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead. See if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it. Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waluda territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Good girl. Run like the wind. Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
Oh, this place is as dead as Grieger's ghost.
I knew I smelled something.
I see only orcs and a Akashic here.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
Be safe.
It's the king of the castle. Your reign is at an end. All over again. Where the hell are the royalists?
Seems you were right about that welcome after all, Clive.
Is the whole of Ash fallen into Ultima's hands?
That's no peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No. My uncle will have an eye on the coast. I trust he'll find a way to entertain any uninvited guests. Our mark is Drake's Spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stone here.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slabbering monsters.
Clive, you must go on ahead without me. This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
All right. Stay out of trouble.
I always do. Mostly.
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own? Of course. Mostly.
Lady Vivian's map is so old it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm right, we're not far from a village called Aistla.
Then we make our way there, resupply, and wait for Joshua.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
This place reeks like a moguls arsehole. Though I'm guessing it's not the smell that'll kill us.
He deserves a rest. Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.